Hi Moto folks. Today we will learn about some of the most reliable car engines ever made. Number 5. Ford's 300 straight 6 or inline 6. The Ford straight 6 is an icon in its own right, but the 4th generation 6 introduced the Ford 300 engine, a 300 cubic inch / 4.9 liter gasoline 6-pot that was first offered in the 1965 F-Series pickup as a long-stroke version of the 246-cylinder. It produced 170 horsepower at the start, although a change in power rating standards meant that number dropped to 114 horsepower, net, in 1978 when the motor became the base option in the F-Series. Throughout its life, it saw its power increase, first to 122 horsepower in the 1980s and then to 150 horsepower in 1987 when it switched to fuel injection. The Ford 300 was used for everything from pickup trucks to dump trucks that weighed as much as 20,000 pounds, with heavy-duty upgrades like forged internals making them absolute workhorses. It saw use in tractors, wood chippers, water pumps, ski lifts, and UPS trucks, and even won the Baja 1000 3 times in a truck piloted by Scott Donahue. But in all applications, it was known for needing minimal maintenance, and forums are filled with dozens of accounts of the Ford 300 refusing to die, even when neglected, running low on oil, and not being maintained. It was considered by many as indestructible. Number 4. Mercedes-Benz OM617. We've all heard tales of diesel-powered Mercedes taxis cresting 600,000 miles in Germany without their engines ever being opened. Those are more than just fairy tales, though, with much of that reliability attributed to the OM617 engine family. Testament to its longevity, the OM617 5-cylinder diesel engine was produced from 1974 to 1991 as a 3.0-liter with a cast-iron block and head and a chain-driven single overhead camshaft. The OM617 is also considered a key factor in Mercedes's reputation for reliability in the US in the 1980s. It struck a perfect balance between power and reliability, two factors that diesel engines of the era weren't exactly well known for. It evolved from the OM616 4-cylinder, itself a reliable motor, and debuted in 1974 on the W115, an early predecessor to the E-Class, with just 79 horsepower and 127 lb-ft in naturally aspirated form. It was joined 2 years later by a turbo diesel variant with 187 horsepower, which was dropped into the iconic Mercedes C111 IID concept, setting 16 world land speed records. A subsequent upgrade in 1978 pushed output to 227 horsepower, adding another 9 records to the C111's resume. This motor became the heart of the world's first turbo diesel production sedan, the North America-only W116 300 SD. Number 3. Volkswagen ABF. Another short-lived yet incredibly reliable motor was the Volkswagen ABF engine. This 2.0-liter 16-valve 4-cylinder was produced from 1992 to 1999 and was a performance motor found in the Mk3 Golf GTI and 4th-gen Passat in several markets. It was known as a rev-happy motor delivering 148 horsepower at 6,000 rpm and 133 lb-ft of torque at 4,800 rpm. It had a cast-iron block and aluminum head with hydraulic lifters and fuel injection. While it is considered extremely reliable and is often used as a performance swap in early Volkswagen builds, parts are known to be pretty expensive, especially as they become scarcer. Common faults typically relate to ancillary sensors rather than the motor itself, with the throttle position sensor being a known problem. Still, the ABF is known to happily reach 250,000 miles with aggressive driving with no major issues. Number 2. Honda K-Series. You had to know there'd be a reliable Honda engine on this list, and it's none other than the ever-popular K-Series. Launched in 2001, these dual overhead camshaft-equipped, DOHC, 4-cylinder motors range in displacement from 2.0 to 2.4 liters and have served in a variety of Honda models from the early Civic Type R to the Integra, Accord, CR-V, Acura RDX, and so much more. Available in both naturally aspirated and turbocharged forms, the latter have proven the most reliable and popular as an engine swap for car enthusiasts, with a high-rev ceiling and bulletproof engineering making them perfect for revy performance builds where reliability is paramount. The K20 and K24 variants have proven most popular and have also been considered some of the better-sounding four-cylinder engines of their era, particularly early variants. And yes, the K-series has VTC, just like any good Honda engine should. Before going to know one, if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification. Number 1. Toyota 2GR. Yeah, it's another Toyota engine, but what can we say? Toyota knows how to make a reliable engine. The GR engine family, not related to GR models that use the Gazoo Racing branding, spans 8 different variants and multiple sub-variants, but the 2GR is the most widely renowned for its reliability. This is the 3.5-liter, 60-degree V6 produced from 2005 till today that you know and love from the Toyota Tacoma, Camry, Highlander, and Avalon, as well as the Lexus ES, GS, IS, RX, and various others. It was even used in the Lotus Evora and as a racing engine in the Toyota Corolla. The 2GR FSE variant has earned a spot on the Ward's 10 Best Engines list multiple times and is a favorite among fans who appreciate its reliability and robustness in any application. Constructed with a die-cast aluminum block and an aluminum head, it's one of the most modern engines on this list and also one of the most powerful, with outputs ranging from 237 to 316 horsepower depending on application. Because it's been used in so many models, all of which tend to be bestsellers, it's also proven itself globally and has an abundance of support should the worst happen.